Buongiorno a tutti, benvenuti al nostro nuovo webinar. Oggi ho il piacere di essere qui con Curtis Kang di LABIO. Hello Curtis, how are you?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Thank you very much for attending our webinar today. We are very glad to have you with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Grazie
Thanks
mille.
for welcoming me.
Grazie mille a tutti di nuovo. Oggi parliamo delle novità che LABIO in anteprima ci presenta, in quanto sono degli ingredienti che verranno ufficialmente lanciati durante il prossimo In-Cosmetics a Parigi, quindi è davvero un'ottima opportunità, ecco, per scoprire in anteprima questi ingredienti che tra l'altro quest'anno sono ben 4. So congratulations Curtis for your new 4 ingredients this year for the In-Cosmetics. Congratulations.
Actually, it's not usual. LABIO is usually introducing like 2 new products every year
I
in
know.
cosmetics, but this year especially we double it. So
Congratulations. Benissimo. Iniziamo quindi con l'introduzione della LABIO, che sicuramente molti di voi conosceranno già, essendo un fornitore con cui ActiveBox collabora ormai da anni. E LABIO è un fornitore coreano. È specializzato in processi di fermentazione e possiamo dire che la tecnologia di fermentazione è un po' il filo conduttore, no, di tutto il portfolio della LABIO. Sono nati con gli oli fermentati, con i ferment oil, e poi in realtà hanno sviluppato il portfolio con ingredienti sempre più all'avanguardia, e tra cui ecco gli ingredienti derivanti da estremofili, per esempio, quindi quegli ingredienti che derivano da microrganismi che sono in grado di vivere in condizioni estreme ambientali, per esempio in condizioni di assenza di ossigeno, di presenza di radiazioni ionizzanti, se pensiamo ad esempio all'ambiente dello spazio, o a temperature molto basse o assenza di acqua. Quindi questi microrganismi in queste condizioni ambientali sono in grado di produrre dei metaboliti che poi appunto consentono al microrganismo di sopravvivere e tramite tecnica di fermentazione verranno poi utilizzati per dare vita agli ingredienti che verranno poi applicati ovviamente alla cosmetica. Qui abbiamo riportato un po' un overview della presenza di LABIO a livello, come potete vedere, mondiale, presente come distribuzione davvero in tutti i continenti. E come vi dicevo, appunto, la tecnica di fermentazione è sicuramente un punto di forza del fornitore, in quanto consente di ottenere degli ingredienti finali che sono veramente migliorati, hanno un profilo migliorato sia dal punto di vista, per esempio, dell'efficacia e della sicurezza, ma anche proprio della solubilizzazione, della stabilizzazione dell'ingrediente stesso, senza tralasciare il fatto che si tratta comunque di una tecnica che è assolutamente eco-friendly, quindi attento a tutto il discorso anche di sostenibilità ambientale. Queste slide le abbiamo recuperate dalla corporate della LABIO per darvi un'idea, ecco, della ricerca che c'è alle spalle del fornitore, in quanto a livello locale in Corea collaborano con molte università, come potete vedere qui, ma anche istituti ovviamente di ricerca biotecnologica, sempre in Corea in particolare, e enti, veri e propri enti, associazioni che abbracciano anche il discorso farmaceutico. Quindi questo per darvi un'idea proprio della ricerca che c'è alle spalle della LABIO. Tutti i loro ingredienti sono assolutamente testati in vivo, quindi hanno test clinici a supporto, e effettivamente sono molto specializzati in ingredienti altamente performanti. Vi diamo adesso una overview per quanto riguarda il loro portfolio. Come vedete si tratta di ingredienti che sono in grado di coprire un po' tutti gli aspetti cosmetici, quindi sia dal punto di vista della skincare, con ingredienti in grado appunto di combattere per esempio l'insorgenza delle macchie, di promuovere l'idratazione cutanea. Ovviamente sono ingredienti anche in grado di agire in tutto il discorso dell'anti-age, quindi ingredienti antirughe ma anche anti-pollution, molto importanti oggigiorno, ingredienti che promuovono anche l'elasticità cutanea e sono in questo caso ingredienti molto trasversali perché come potete vedere ci sono anche ingredienti come Apor che sono dedicati per esempio al trattamento dei pori dilatati o Syntonic che invece agisce sul discorso elasticità legato invece a un'azione anticellulite. Hanno poi ingredienti ovviamente molto interessanti dal punto di vista del lenitivo, calmante e ingredienti che vengono impegnati anche nell'hair care come la bioplacenta R per quanto riguarda il discorso hair grow, ferment oil hair complex che invece fa più un discorso shine and gloss e scalp biome che invece riguarda il balance del microbiota cutaneo a livello dello scalpo. Per quanto riguarda il conservante, questa è la novità, una delle novità che verranno presentate oggi da Curtis e il cooling invece l'ultimo ingrediente in questo summary è un ingrediente sempre dedicato diciamo all'anti-age con un meccanismo d'azione particolare nel contenimento della temperatura cutanea. Qui abbiamo creato questa tabella molto riassuntiva, questa table, non vi preoccupate tra l'altro poi dopo il webinar come sempre possiamo mandarvi la presentazione, qui c'è proprio un summary generale di tutti gli ingredienti presenti a portfolio della LABIO con l'ambito cosmetico, a partire dalla sinistra l'ambito cosmetico, quindi il campo di applicazione, consigliato, il nome commerciale dell'ingrediente, l'INCI name, vari benefit e utilizzi e le proprietà che caratterizzano l'attivo. Ovviamente a portfolio, come vi dicevo, sono ancora presenti i ferment oil, assolutamente, anzi sono anche sempre più sviluppati e ricercati dalla LABIO e infatti un altro ingrediente che presenterà oggi Curtis è un olio fermentato. E come potete vedere anche da questa slide ci sono veramente tanti ingredienti veramente particolari con meccanismi di azione specifici e come vi dicevo tutti testati clinicamente. Ok, adesso entriamo nel cuore del nostro webinar e a questo punto lascio la parola a Curtis che ci presenterà i nuovi ingredienti. So please Curtis, it's your turn.
Thank you, gracias. This year, LABIO is about to release 4 new products. And the LABIO is a company based on the biotechnology. So actually, it has not been so long that since the microbiome kind of world is now familiar to all the people in this field, but we started kind of biotechnology development from 10 years ago, and we are very happy that microbiome is kind of trend now. And I think we can release more product based on this biotechnology and microbiome. And this year we will release some kind of development like that. And I will introduce 4 new products. Some are quite serious claim and some are a little brief, but I think all these 4 new ingredients are very different from each other and could be a very fantastic choice for the many different functions. It's not just the only active ingredient, but it will be very various functional ingredient. So first one is a sealed oil among 4, and we have actually 2 sealed oil series: sealed oil pioneer and sealed oil zirconin. And today I will introduce sealed oil zirconin because it has more impacts on our other field besides the active ingredient, but because it has the color impact on the formulation. As you can see the presentation, it has a red color, and the red color is coming from the root of the Shiunko, which is the plant name. Root of the Shiunko is making natural red pigmentation with chiconin inside. Chiconin is the material inside from this root, and we do the extract and infuse it with the oil fermentation. So it is combining technology with the extraction and biotechnology. And by using this, preserving this chiconin in a very stable level, we can maintain the color and we can bring the metabolite from the fermentation at the same time. Okay, next page. You can see the color stability, and you have to consider it is natural ingredient. It's not chemical red color, but it's a 100% natural red color, and it has a good stability even under the UV sunlight. You can see that there's a high temperature, low temperature, but even with the 1 year of the same stability, it's also still same. The color is like we checked, it is 95% matching after 2 years. So we give the 2 years shelf life with this color pigmentation natural oil. It's 100% natural index, but it can give the color impact on the formulation. We will see the color impact on the formulation in the next page. This is kind of the concentration level of the ingredient. And you can see about 5 to 10%, we can really make some impact on the formulation. But right now we are seeing it into the just mixed one with the NCT oil, but we will see also formulation in the next page. You can see our recommendation for the practically meaningful color impact is like a 5%. So if you use 5% of this oil into your cosmetic, you can achieve some pinky red color like this without using chemical red. And also you can achieve the active functional value because this one has been clinically tested for the barrier efficacy. You will see in the next page. The clinical test has not been included here, but you can see that there's benefits for the shield effect. That's why we named it a shield oil, and our recommendation is 5%. The clinical test has been done with the 5%, which it has a spec level, guaranteed level of the glycolipid, 0.5%, and the chiconin also, which is making things red. And also it makes the barrier efficacy. So when you test it with on the skin, it gives strengthening the barrier efficacy. And our recommendation is actually lip balm because it gives the color. So and also barrier is very important in the lip care. So we think if you use this active ingredient and also it's oil form, so it can be mixed with the lip balm kind of the formulation. It's not water paste. So you can use this active ingredient in oil by giving some natural pigment and also activity, functional activity of the lip balm. So this is kind of the brief introduction, which is about actually like 20 pages, but today I'm just introducing it briefly so that you can visit our booth and or make an inquiry to ActiveBox and you can give you can get more details about that. Okay, the next ingredient is atorbarium. And among the 4 new ingredients that I'm introducing this time, I think this is the most maybe biggest development among them because it has some serious claim because this is about the disease actually. It's more like a medical field. The reason of our lack of the immunity, we have thought about that, and there has been already many studies conducted why some baby has a lack of immunity and why some baby has a higher immunity from the beginning. And many historical studies show that natural delivered baby show the higher immunity than C-section delivered baby, and it's based on the microorganism shower. to the delivery. During the delivery time, the natural birth gives a chance for the baby to get in contact with the diversity of the microorganism, while the C-section delivered baby doesn't have that opportunity. So that's why they have a lower diversity on the microorganisms, so they have a lack of immunity in that case. And the difference between the microorganisms, there are some critical microorganisms that the C-section delivered baby hadn't get a chance, is lacticase rhamnosus. So that's in the next page. This microorganism, lacticase bacillus rhamnosus, is kind of the microorganism that you can only contact when you get through the natural birth, not by the C-section delivery. And the reason why this microorganism is important is they produce some specific metabolite named the ferulic acid. You can see it here. And this kind of the critical microorganism and the metabolite giving the immunity. And there has been already study conducted why ferulic acid and this microorganism is important for the human skin immunity for the TRPV mechanism. So that's kind of the base story and scientific study already been done. And so that we found out this kind of the source that if you use this microorganism and if we can prolong and give some beneficial effect by using this microorganism for the growth of the good microbiome in the skin, then it will be helpful for our atopic disease as well. The good thing about this ingredient is that we didn't conduct it with the volunteer, kind of the volunteers, but we conduct this study in the real university hospital in Korea with the real patient. And the number is not small. The testing has been done 43 patients, real patients who was visiting hospital already because of their atopic dermatitis. So they were already patient before we did conduct this test. And with the approval from the doctors in the university, we conducted a clinical study with these patients and showed the efficacy for the atopic dermatitis. When we conduct the study, with a placebo, which is just a cream, and the control cream is just a cream, and one is Atobarium, 5% inside. So when you compare the microbiome growth change, you can see that the good microbiomes are increasing comparing with the placebo cream, and also harmful bacteria groups are decreasing, much more decreasing than the placebo. So this one is a very natural solution, how to grow up the good microbiome and inhibit the bad microbiome without using chemicals. Chemicals can choose either way, like you can kill all the microbiome, whether it is good or bad. But this one is very selectively and helpful without using any chemical addition. And the test that I'm showing today is very abstract. So you can see the full reports and all the pictures of the 43 patients, but today I checked the one pictures from one patient, and you can see the left and right bending side of the arm. And you can see the Atobarium cream show the dramatic change on the atopic dermatitis. You can see the redness has been removed very quickly, while the placebo part is not showing the big difference. So, bending part is showing the most redness and atopic dermatitis. So that's why we tested on the bending parts like that. And it showed a very good impact after 4 weeks. It's like about double impact comparing with the placebo. And because atopic dermatitis is mostly coming from the disruption of the barrier. When there's a not good barrier, then atopic dermatitis comes out. So making a good microbiome barrier is also kind of important as making a good skin barrier. Actually, this is not the skin. This is like making the microbiome barrier, which is the final barrier of the skin. So by building some feeding material for the good microbiome families, by inhibiting the bad microbiomes. So this is very natural approach to the kind of making a microbiome solution by using the microbiome derivatives. And the good thing is, it's not just a solid from the microorganism extract, but we set the spec level of the metabolite, which is directly linked with the mechanism. And you can see the marker compound is 5 ppm of the ferulic acid, which is our metabolite, and it's written in the spec. And when we produce this ingredient, we always check for the every production lot. Atorbarium is a kind of ingredient guaranteed by Korean University Hospital, so it's more reliable, I think, and tested with a very big number of the patients. So those two microbiome ingredients from the shield oil and the atorbariums are based on the biotechnology and active ingredient. And we have other microbiome-based ingredients, which is biocide eco, but this is not active ingredient. This is for preservative. So same logic, but for the preservative. Like we checked in the atorbarium, we could see that microbiome derivative can grow up some family of the microbiome, and sometimes they can inhibit the bad harmful bacteria groups. And by using this logic, we can inhibit some specific microorganisms. And this way, we can make up the preservative with by using the same logic. So biocide eco is kind of the same logic derivatives, but for the targeting the other microbiome. It's a microbiome from the cabbage. Okay, next page. This cabbage is, cabbage is very well-known plant that I don't think I need to explain a lot about cabbage, but this one is basically lactobacillus, lactobacillus, but through the fermentation as a media is kind of cabbage. So cabbage is kind of source providing the nutrition to this lactobacillus. So we cannot say the cabbage is the origin of the lactobacillus, but at least it is kind of the material growing of this lactobacillus. Anyway, the cabbage has been already in long history in human kind of the digestion history, so but not for the cosmetics actually, mostly for the digestion as a food. But it means it's very safe for human, at least. I think it's more safer than skin ingredient, because it's kind of food ingredient, especially in Korea. Koreans are, I believe many Italian people also knows the name of the kimchi. And kimchi is kind of the Korean culture, and it's based on the fermentation on cabbage as well. So in National Kimchi R&D Institute is even existing in Korea. And they have conducted many studies how to make a fermentation, the cabbage, without using food preservative or something. And it's very easy in Korean way, because cabbage has a good source of the making natural preservation without using chemicals, and we try to use this technology in this ingredient. The background, the microorganism is a lactobacillus, like I already told. It's a lactobacillus paracasei, and we make the patent by making some specific metabolite through it, and we name this microorganism as lactobacillus paracasei UOS1. UOS1 is actually University of the Seoul. So we conducted study together with the University of Seoul and named the microorganism patent together with them. However, commercial patent right is only exclusive to LABIO, and its academic patent is named like that. And by using this cabbage fermentation, we can see the fermented ingredient has a strong inhibition effect against all the broad spectrum. You can see all the E. coli up to the Braziliensis, they are all inhibited at the level of the 3.5. Frankly, I know it's 3.5% is not small as a preservative, chemical preservatives are mostly like 2% or less than 2% required in the formulation. But natural, ingredient is not strong like a chemical preservative. I have to admit, it's not strong like that. But at least it's much more natural and gives us almost similar effect when it's used a lot, like a 3.5% like this in application. That's the kind of our suggestion, 3.5% for the cream, lotion, and toner, any kind of formulation. In the show and the full presentation, you can see the combined composition. Like I know many companies cannot do the 3.5% of the new preservative suddenly, but many companies are trying to do it like a 1% of the existing preservation with the new preservative 1% plus. So we conducted many kind of combination tests as well, and we can provide all the data if you combine it with a caprylic glycol, or if you combine it with a 1,2-hexanediol. In that case, you can use just 1% or 2%, not 3.5%. So you can start kind of applying this new kind of technology step by step like that, because we have many kind of the combination data. So you will visit our booth or ask for the active box, and you can get that kind of data very easily.
Okay.
And the last one is the black water. This is maybe simplest ingredients from our development this time. From the naming, you can see it's something glycol and shea butter. Yeah, this is simply shea butter. LABIO is not manufacturer of the shea butter, but actually we buy this shea butter from the reliable source, which is in ethical kind of aspect, or kind of the clean beauty and fair trading. The kind of factors are all meeting to the standard of the global standard, and we get this source from the Ghana and make the fermentation on it. The black shea butter, it has the only problem. Shea butter is very good ingredient for the moisturizing, but only problem is solubility, because it's very sticky and oily. So the texture is not good for the users. They don't like texture, but they like a moisturizing. So try to solve this problem. Mostly all the shea butter is being mixed together with the PEG in many kind of actual cosmetic field. But we don't like to use PEG, and we would like to claim PEG free in many cases. So we do the fermentation on shea butter simply. That's again, we always try to solve the issue by doing the fermentation. Our way is always only one. And this time we use the metabolite named the MEL, which is also named as a glycolipid in chemical area. And that's why we named this glyco butter. We use glycolipid to solve the issue of the shea butter. And this glycolipid is looks unfamiliar to the name of the in the name, but actually it's kind of the existing material in our skin already. In our skin, we have the red blood cell, and these red blood cells are covered with the glycolipid already. So it's already existing in our body, means it's very natural and human friendly and no irritation at all. So we solve this shea butter texture issue by using this skin friendly material named MEN. And when we conducted the test, the reason why we use the shea butter is because of its moisturizing efficacy. So we conducted a test together with the hyaluronic acid, which is representative moisturizing agent as well. And by using the same 0.5% to the formulation, we could see that shea butter together with the glycolipid show the higher moisture contents, about 20% up to 40% higher than hyaluronic acid 0.5% solution. So this is the abstract from our clinical test, and you can see this 0.5% concentrated shea butter without PEG can solve the issue of the moisturizing texture and natural index as well. So those are our recommendation and development of this year for new product. And please visit ActiveBox booth or LABIO booth. And after the show, you will be announced by some price information and the packaging all together.
Okay.
That's
thank you very much, Curtis, for your clear explanation. Thank you very much. Benissimo, come avete visto Curtis ci ha mostrato questa overview dei nuovi ingredienti che sono qua riassunti e che verranno ufficialmente lanciati, come vi dicevo, come ha ripetuto anche Curtis durante l'Incosmetics, quindi per maggiori informazioni sugli ingredienti potete chiaramente chiedere a noi, visitare se ci sarete all'Incosmetics lo stand della LABIO. Ecco, qui vi abbiamo riassunto quello che ci ha raccontato Curtis oggi, quindi abbiamo sicuramente questo ingrediente molto interessante, lo Shield Oil, con, come dice il nome, proprietà di protezione della pelle, ma anche di prevenzione del danno grazie proprio all'aspetto spiccato antiossidante. Abbiamo poi questo ingrediente Atobarium che invece si rifà molto al discorso del balancing del microbioma cutaneo, che è un altro, come dicevo, aspetto su cui la Labio lavora molto ultimamente e ha questa attenzione, come ci raccontava Curtis, sul trattamento della pelle a tendenza atopica. E quindi particolarmente idratante e con proprietà antinfiammatorie e di contenimento del prurito. Biocide Eco, che appunto non è un attivo nel vero senso del termine, ma parliamo di conservante naturale, idrosolubile e attivo, questo range di pH dal 4 all'8, quindi è anche questo molto interessante da utilizzare da solo, ma anche in associazione, come ci spiegava Curtis, con eventuali altri conservanti in formula, e il glicobatter, che è questa nuova versione, possiamo dire, del burro di karité, in cui le proprietà del burro di karité vengono migliorate grazie proprio al processo di fermentazione, che come vi spiegavo all'inizio è sempre il metodo, un ottimo metodo per stabilizzare e migliorare il profilo di ingredienti anche noti. Quindi, come vi dicevo, rinnovo il nostro invito a prendere appuntamento con noi, con ActiveBox e i nostri fornitori, in particolare appunto con LABIO, che sarà presente con il boot, il numero che vi ho riportato in questa slide. Per qualsiasi domanda o approfondimento scriveteci daniela.ronchetti@activebox.it, giorgia.balbis@activebox.it e saremo lieti insomma di rispondervi e di prendere appuntamento appunto con i nostri fornitori che vi ho riportato qui, oltre anche alla Labio, che saranno presenti in fiera all'Incosmetics. Grazie mille, per oggi il webinar termina qui. Thank you very much again, Curtis, for your kind support during this webinar. It was a real pleasure for us.
See you in next week.
Yeah. Grazie mille a tutti. Buon lavoro. Bye bye.